What's up, guys? Today we're doing a Pyke deck profile, and I have been excited to play this ever since a few friends convinced me that this might be a really good and annoying deck. I always liked the idea of bouncing things. It basically was taking me back to my Yu-Gi-Oh days, and I decided to give this deck a try. So we built something and we tested it a lot, and we tested it into the current meta, and it's actually pretty good. So let's get into it. Pyke's legend ability is that you can pay 1 and tap the legend to return a friendly unit at a battlefield to its owner's hand. So you bounce something, play a gold gear token exhausted. So anytime you bounce something from a battlefield using the legend ability, you get to get a gold. And a gold, if you don't know by now, gives you any color power. We play this beautiful red Pyke. Pyke the Dockside Butcher. Has hidden ganking. He's a 3 energy, no power, but he's 2 might. If you pay an additional power to play him, a red power to play him, he comes in ready and +2. Kind of like the Darius effect. Super good, super useful, super aggressive. It's not an accelerate, but it kind of is. It's like a pseudo accelerate and it becomes a 4 might unit. Crazy. Let's get into the battlefields. River's Bay is your standard battlefield. When a unit here is returned to a player's hand, that player may pay 1 to channel 1 rune exhausted. So not only are you making a gold every turn you bounce something, when you bounce something from this particular battlefield, you can tap 1 to channel 1. That's permanent ramp every turn. Next is the trap battlefield, Forbidding Waste. While a unit here is defending alone, it has -2 might. This is a great battlefield. In testing, it comes up a lot because if they opt to conquer both battlefields or conquer this one, they're likely only going to hold it with 1 unit. And then you can send Pyke in or send Sharkling in or send in any of your units to bounce. It's basically perfect for a 3rd battlefield. Lastly, we have Voidgate. Voidgate becomes really useful because if you're not bouncing things, you can deal extra damage to it. We play Falling Stars, we play Void Seeker. There's a lot of relevant cards that come up and deal damage, and this seemed like an okay battlefield. Willing to hear the differences or changes if you guys have better suggestions for this one. Okay, now let's get into the units. We realized that the deck was struggling to not have a lot of 2-drops, so we opted for more gold generators, like 3 Treasure Hunters. Treasure Hunter is extremely useful because although he's a 1 might unit, when you move him, you can make a gold exhausted. I considered playing this with Tide Turners, but then we saw too much movement, so far Treasure Hunter is a good 2-drop. Another 2-drop that's extremely useful, I might even bump it up to 3, is Windsinger. Windsinger you can hide, or when you play it, you can return another unit at a battlefield that's 3 might or less. There is a reason all of this bouncing synergy is useful, and you will get to that card shortly. But Windsinger is a great card that solves a lot of problems, especially removing problematic small creatures. The other, when I move 2-drop, need to see him. He's purple. I mean, you can't not see him. Traveling Merchant lets you dig through the rest of your deck. This deck does a lot of drawing, and you guys know I love to draw cards, so why not discard 1 and draw 1? This is the true heart and soul of the deck. Bewitching Spirit is by far the best card coming out of set 3. When you play me, choose a player, they discard 1. So you rip 1, it's a 3 energy for 2. Anytime you want, you can play this card, bounce it, play it again, use the ability to make a gold, play it twice. With Pack, which you'll see later, you can play this, bounce it, play it again, rip 2 cards from their hand. In testing, we leave the opponent with like 0 cards. It's nuts. Another tricky purple card is Fizz Trickster. When you play him, you may play a spell from your trash with energy cost no more than 3, so he replays basically every spell in the deck, and you just have to pay the power cost, but because you're generating a bunch of gold, you're not actually paying the power cost because you're using the gold that you generated to pay for those costs. Great card. And you can bounce him to replay him and do multiple spells. The second pseudo Pyke, Sharkling, we have it at 1. It doesn't really need to be more than that. You use it to conquer for your 6, 7, or when you want to conquer for your 8th point, or you double conquer for a turn. It accelerates in for 4 and a power. This could have been Rek'Sai as well, but the Assault 4 is nuts. Like it's feasibly a better option, and you can just bounce it and replay it again next turn. 2 Mind Splitter, same thing. When you have bounce shenanigans, you can play Mind Splitter, rip a card, bounce it, play it again. Like, why worry about it at all? Mind Splitter is also a pretty good top end for this deck because there isn't much top end that you need outside of this card. And of course, the last unit in the deck, Baron Nashor. This Baron is absolutely beautiful, this alt art Baron. You only need 1. When you play it, you can see it. You'll get the 3rd battlefield. You'll get 3 battlefields. Even in problematic matchups where it's inconsistent to conquer all 3, you're getting an extra draw and you're utilizing the extra battlefield. Baron's good. It gives everything else +2, so all of your other creatures are pretty safe. What more can you say about Baron? Now into the spells. 3 Gust. You want to bounce things. You can bounce your own things. You can bounce their things. Anything with 3 mana or less doesn't stick. Useful card. 3 Stack Deck. You want to see every card in your deck. You want to see any option you have. Stack Deck is the way to see that. It's a purple card. It's like the 2nd best card in the deck outside of that new Sprite. Detonate. Man, I have been fiending to put this back in a deck since my infamous Draven Detonate deck. Kill a gear, its controller draws 2. Your pseudo thing is you're either killing your pack, or you're killing your trove, or you're killing a gold, and if you really need to, you're killing their Aurora and giving them draw 2. Technically, giving them the draw 2 and putting a monster in their hand is way worse as well, so this card comes up a lot, especially in the current meta. 1 Abandon. I really liked Abandon because putting cards back in their hands and then ripping it out of their hands on a way that they can't control, I think is super useful. You not only counter the card, but then you put it in their hand and then you know what's in their hand so you can rip it. This I may even consider bumping up to even more. There's more on the side, but we'll get there. Also, predicting lets you see what's in your deck, and that's fundamental to this deck's tempo. 3 Falling Star. You paying the power with the gold. You're bopping anything. You're Void Seekering. This is an 8, so it gets rid of Valma and a bunch of other cards when they're on Void, whatever the Void battlefield is called, I forgot. Falling Star is a great card. It's a great red card. It's removal. It's spot removal. It's useful. Incredibly useful. Falling Star must be played in this deck. Another card that must be played in this deck is Star-Crossed. Bounce a friendly unit and an enemy unit to their hands. Bounce the Spirit. Bounce anything. You can bounce Elder. You can bounce Elder on reaction. This card is broken. I know we have debates in our Discord. I know I talk to my friends a lot about this card. I know sometimes I didn't think this card was too oppressive, but in practice, this card is extremely oppressive. And in the wrong hands, especially the fact that Fizz can replay it after you cast it once, makes this card insane. The 1 Void Seeker that I considered playing something else, I considered literally having this to be any other card, like another Sharkling. It might still become another Sharkling. For now, it comes up and it seems useful. You get a draw out of a action combat trick. It's better than Falling Star, but because it's a 1, I don't know how often I see it, but it's come up, so it's okay. Now into the gears, we play the package. We play 3 Trove, 2 Pack of Wonder. 3 Trove is you kill it, you can draw 1 channel 1, it can kill itself, or you can detonate it. It's part of the detonate package. Pack of Wonders is actually really useful because you can bounce the Trove, you can bounce another unit, or you can bounce a hidden card. Pack is great because you can rebounce the Spirit and play it. Pack can stay on the board. Pack can be your detonate target if you really need to. It's extremely useful. Having 5 cards means you will see one of these 5 cards in your opening hand every mulligan, I think, by that probability. So these cards together, this package together, the detonate package together, is extremely valuable, and I think should be maintained and played for this deck to work. This deck is incredibly annoying. It's incredibly consistent. It's incredibly persistent at doing what it does, and that's just ripping cards out of your hand and drawing cards. It's a little nuts. It makes me want to play it so bad. Off to the side, we have 2 Vex Apathetic for when you do want a big hold and you do want to stun things and you want to be annoying. This card can be replaced by Draven or more Baron or something else, but right now I think maybe it's just testing Vex and playing Vex and having her applicable into most other decks that Vex Apathetic becomes extremely useful. And look at this art, it's freaking beautiful. This artist, I forgot their name. I think it's something Chen. It's not Bo Chen, but it's like might even be related. This artist is my favorite League artist now. If you go look at their other splash arts, oh man, they're absolutely gorgeous. Something that's been teching around and something that our friend Ali has been trying to convince us that is really good is the list. The list is extremely useful because you can call Shurima, and it works on Akshan, it works on Sivir, it works on most of the Shuriman cards. Once you learn all the tags, after playing Ivern, you learn there's all the tags on all the cards, and you can start choosing things to -2. This is a lot like Orb of Regret in a sense, but you can tap it per turn and give something -2, and then just like bop it or swing over it with like a Pyke or a Falling Star or something. It comes up, it's extremely useful. It's a 1-drop gear. What more could you ask for out of a 1-drop, you know? These are the 2 counter spells that I put a second Abandon in the side. Hard Bargains in there for like when you absolutely need a 3rd counter spell. I didn't want to make it 3 Abandon, I wanted to give it some sort of variance. So Hard Bargains in there for when you have enough mana and you really need to counter a bunch of shit. It might just be 1 Abandon and something else, but for now, this is where I'm happy. And last but not least, we play Acceptable Losses. Gear removal is extremely important in this format. Gear removal against Azir or Aurora is extremely valuable. Each player kills 1 of their gear. You can recast this multiple times, especially off of Fizz. Acceptable Losses is a great card because the gear you get rid of, it can also be your own pack or your own treasure trove that benefits you. You can also get rid of a gold if you have none of your gear out. So realistically, this is the best option for the deck. And that's pretty much it. I've had a lot of, I don't know if I did this, but we're playing the new fancy runes. We're playing 6 and 6. There could be more value in playing more red than purple, but we've been fine with 6 and 6. You make a ton of gold, so you haven't really needed the exact specific color count. So it hasn't come up, but other Pyke players or other Pyke lists, especially in the Discord, I've seen playing more red than purple. We've been fine with 6 and 6, and it's been okay so far. Also, love the new purple Chaos runes. They look phenomenal. I love the fact that they're in the Baron Pit. Absolutely beautiful. That's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, subscribe. I will have the deck picture on screen like right now. I will also have the deck list in the description. Go watch my other deck profiles. Let me know what you guys want to see, or let me know what you guys want to make. I'm happy to make it. I'm happy to test it. I'm still working on other deck profiles as well, so feel free to check those out. And if you have good experiences with some of these decks or some optimal changes, please let me know in the comments below. Nothing I make is perfect, and I'm absolutely open to making changes or working on corrections and figuring things out. I do a lot of testing with my friends, and we all try different things, and it's always fun to try and find new, cute, quaint innovation when it comes to deck building, especially in a game like this where there's so much variance. Maybe even more Baron. You never know, right? Thanks for watching.